Oh my goodness, y'all. I'm standing inside of a new 2026 Jayco North Point fifth wheel RV. This thing is incredible. You guys are gonna love it, and I'm curious your thoughts. So come on, let's go take a look. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Myles with Firmly Unbound, and we are here today taking a look at this 2026 Jayco North Point. This is the 381, I think it's CKRE. Yeah, 381 CKRE right there. You'll be able to see the floor plan layout in the specs on the screen. This also has a full body paint package on it that is going to be optional from Jayco North Point. They have various different full body paint color options that you can get. And not only is this floor plan just absolutely spectacular, but also with the Jayco North Point line, most people would have no idea that you are not looking at the top of the line Jayco product. That would actually be the Jayco Pinnacle that we see right here. So the Pinnacle is their top of the line. Their North Point is like the little brother to the Pinnacle, but if they are siblings, the Pinnacle is like a 18-year-old and the Jayco North Point is like a 16-and-a-half-year-old because they are so close in comparison to one another. It is really hard to even differentiate some of the differences that you see. Really, one of the main differences and one of the only noticeable differences is a different cabinet color, because so much of this North Point is just packed full of features. So we're gonna walk through it. Let me go to the specs real quick before we hop inside so we can kind of get an idea for what we are looking at here. It's gonna be, where's that sticker? Ooh, where is it? There it is. Okay, so on here we have a unloaded vehicle weight here of 15,747 pounds. It is 42 feet 6 inches, and fully loaded is 17,995 pounds. That is going to have a 2,248 pound cargo carrying capacity. A couple things to point out on a North Point that are really standout features. You're going to have 3 40-pound propane bottles. That is almost unheard of. So 2 40-pound propane bottles will go here. You'll have a third one on the other side of this fifth wheel RV. I don't know another fifth wheel RV out there aside from the Pinnacle that has 120 pounds of combined propane capacity. I mean, this thing is really designed to live in full time with all of the features that it comes with. It's also prepped already to add a generator down underneath here in this space. Plus you see that additional storage. You have a light up underneath here, so you can see setting up your hitch in the dark if you need to. This area is all nicely sealed off up underneath there, very nice. And you have the MORryde pin box up front here. So one of the nicest pin boxes you're gonna see coming standard on any fifth wheel RV. 6-point hydraulic auto leveling. You also have a little bit bigger foot pads there on your stabilizer legs. Here's a spot for your third 40-pound propane bottle. Going into your pass-through storage, another standout feature in this space is you have the Astrofoil underneath the floor there, so that added insulation through this fifth wheel RV. That's something that I don't see on any other fifth wheel RVs. That's definitely a standout thing on the North Point. Huge storage space, absolutely massive, kind of like a toy hauler style flooring material here. And you do have a 3-stage water filtration system there. That is the Nuvo H2O water filtration system. You also see your inverter there as well. Love all that. JBL outdoor speakers. You can see the speaker here. You have a drop frame construction, but they extend the skirting of this fifth wheel RV to cover that frame, so it gives it a really clean, polished look. You see the LED light strips under there. Fully enclosed underbelly. All your water tanks and water lines will stay warm, plus you have 12-volt heat pads on the water tanks. But let's go ahead and walk inside. But before we do, look at how massive this slide out is. You can tell it is massive because it has 3 windows on it. I don't know of another fifth wheel RV that I can think of where I have seen the campside slide out have 3 windows on it. This is really cool. I'm really excited to take a look. You have a privacy shade installed in the window here. And as we step in, y'all, please let me know what you think about this layout here. Now, in some aspects, it's not completely original, where we have seen this rear entertainment look back here with a L-shaped sofa. What we haven't seen before is this full-length slide out that encompasses a dining table, a desk, and your recliner seats all in one slide out. That is really making this space feel a lot larger than other fifth wheel RVs that will have this same floor plan style, where pretty much any other model you see that does this rear entertainment with some sort of L-shaped sofa or something to the likes of this, you're going to have the dining table in one slide out, and then you'll have recliners in another separate slide out, and this area will all just be like a standard sidewall here where that desk will not exist. So not only do you get the desk with this, but it also just opens up the floor space here. Notice how there's no carpet here in the slide out. They do have a rug here in this area. But let's just go ahead and start from the back and work our way forward. That is a 65-inch screen TV. I definitely feel like any floor plan that works in this way, in the way that this one does, definitely needs a 65-inch screen TV. So I love that. Obviously, you have this huge L-shaped sectional sofa that is wildly impressive. Now, with this being not the top tier fifth wheel RV from Jayco, really, like I said, one of the only differences you're gonna see between the Pinnacle and the North Point is this North Point has this kind of, more flat gray look to the slide out fascias and the cabinet doors and stuff like that. When you go into a Jayco Pinnacle, it is actually going to have a gloss white cabinetry. Besides that, there's a lot of similarities between the two. So really like what we're seeing in this in terms of things like you have your pull down day and night shades on your windows. There's a lot of like flagship top of the line fifth wheel RVs from other manufacturers that don't even have day shades on the windows. So that is really nice. We have cloth furniture in here. So one of the only brands that is going to come with a really soft cloth furniture. Advantages in my mind to the cloth furniture is it doesn't have temperature change the same way that like a leather material does. It also is not going to stick to your skin the same way that a leather material furniture will. We have this ottoman that lives in the middle right here. It does have storage up underneath the ottoman there. So you can see, and it is like kind of strut assisted, so it pops up on its own. So you have that nice storage space and just a nice little leg rest or anything like that. You have your fireplace, nice electric heat source for you there with multiple colors on that, a JBL soundbar, and then look at some of your storage back along this back wall. Not only do you have this big TV, but it also retracts down and you have a window back behind here. So you can also drop that TV down and have a true panoramic view of your camping environment where you'll have windows along this wall, back there, and all the way around here. This might be one of my new favorite fifth wheel RVs. This thing is really, really impressive. Also, keep in mind, if you're looking for your next RV, I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the video, Blue Compass RV has over 100 different dealerships in 33 different states where you can find your next RV. There's a link down below in the comments and description that will help you find a store close to you, as they are all over the map across the United States. And also, if you haven't been keeping up on my Firmly Unbound YouTube channel, that's also linked down below in the pinned comment and description. There's where Megan and I have showed all the adventures we went on our honeymoon. I have some fun, exciting stuff coming up as well that I've mentioned in my newsletter. If you haven't signed up for that, you can find that in that pinned comment and link as well. Things like I'm going to Germany for an international RV show in a couple weeks. So that is coming up. Really excited about that. I'm here at a really fun Jayco event that is basically an industry only event to show you guys all of these new 2026 RVs. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel to see everything that we have to look at here. I'm going to other 2026 reveal events for the RV industry and that Germany RV show. So all that is coming. So make sure you're subscribed if you're not already to, kind of stay up to date with all these different fun RV trips that I'm going on to show you guys different RVs around the world now. Really excited about that. But anyways, as we keep going, you can see too, you have a barreled ceiling in here, kind of gives an added ceiling height there, a little bit more perceived space with that. Really modern ceiling fan in this space. Definitely more modern than most other fifth wheel RV ceiling fans. And then we have storage all around this area. You have solid wood cabinet doors that are stained solid wood. You can see some outlets down in that space, and they are soft close as well. I would imagine this is all going to be symmetrical with that. I didn't come through here and open every single one of these drawers and cabinets before I started filming, so we kind of look at all this together to see what we're working with. So you got some shelving up there. Like, I did not expect necessarily to see shelves up in that space, so that is nice. As we turn around this way, you have your two recliners here. These are going to be power recliners. You can see here they come with these little tabletop things that drop into that little pinhole. You have power recliners, heat and massage on these, plus a light that turns on underneath the recliner there. But power recliners, they are gonna lay almost flat, and you have a flip down armrest right here. Also, with these being cloth furniture, they're a little bit more on the firm side, but not in a bad way. Just in the way that you don't like sink into the cushions, which I really like, and it's one of the most comfortable furniture sets, I would say. Looks like, oh, that's for the TV lift. Those lights weren't on right there. TV lift controls are right here. So you can see this switch right here will move your TV up and down. Pretty nice there. I actually am gonna leave that down for when I film a little video for TikTok for you guys. In terms of the rest of this sofa, let's see what we got going on here for the furniture. It looks like this is gonna pull out and make into a bed. So this whole area here, these 3 cushions, that is all going to pull out and make this space into a bed. It looks like there will be a little bit of a gap from here to where these cushions are. So I wouldn't expect those to, connect exactly. There will be a little bit of a gap there. If you put some pillows or something, stuffed them in there, then it would be like one giant big bed right here in this space, which would be awesome. Got your recliners here. So those will recline. They're a manual recliner. And you can see how you can kind of push. It's easier when you're sitting on the chair. You can push those back and those do lay down. Pretty nice there. So, and the cool thing about this is over 7 feet long right here. So you can actually lay down and take a nice nap on this sofa. That is another thing I love about these big sectional sofas, is your ability to take a nap is pretty much unmatched when you have a big sectional sofa like this. You have the little tables that go in the cup holder here that you can use. Not sure how much someone might use those, but you have those there to use if you want it. And then that's pretty much everything in this space. Coming to this area, you can see no carpet in the slide outs again. And then we have our desk area, solid surface countertops throughout. You got your 2 chairs here. Nice dovetail construction on your drawers here. And this is a solid wood drawer. It's really nice with that. Got 2 drawers for this desk space. And then again, day and night shades on the windows. They're also a wood framed style window there. Got your wireless charging pad that pops up to be an outlet tower with USB Type A and Type C. 2 drawers down underneath here. These chairs are secured in place right now, and this table does actually extend out as well. So it will come out to about right here or so that you can get that extra table space if you ever need that. Looks like that's everything in this space. Kind of step back, and then we'll have this little serving countertop or decor countertop, however you want to use that, with some drawers for storage here. Again, you can see those dovetail joints on the drawers. Really great construction. There's going to be some fifth wheel RVs that are at the same price point as this that don't have things like the day and night shades, the dovetail joints in the drawers, or the 40 pounds or the 120 pound propane capacity. So there's a lot of really nice things that we are seeing in here. Got those deeper drawers right there. And as we go into the kitchen space, nice symmetrical look to this kitchen. Gives you countertop space on both sides of the stove. You're going to have outlets down underneath here. And then looking at the drawers, I was kind of wanting to look at this too. Yeah, this here too, this is something that is definitely worth mentioning on Jayco. Sometimes I forget to mention this, but they have a 2-year base warranty and a 3-year structural warranty. Pretty much every other manufacturer has a 1-year base warranty. So this doubles that with a 2-year base warranty, which is really nice. It also has a full-time RVer's warranty as well. So it does cover warranty for full-time RVing. Soft close cabinet doors and drawers. You got your GE profile appliances in here. So nice big oven, industrial style 4-burner cooktop there, and a air fryer, a convection oven combo in that microwave. Adjustable shelving through here. Nice big storage through there. Again, solid wood cabinet doors and drawers that are stained, so they're not wrapped. And as we turn back around this way, nice big charcoal stainless steel sink. It will come with multiple different accessories for this sink. And then you have the retractable faucet. Got your soap dispenser and cup rinser there. And then a couple other things in this island. You have a cutting board right here. It should be, maybe not. Maybe it doesn't come out of that space. Maybe it's just in the drawer. It seems like it would come out. Let's look underneath here. If it does come out, I'm not able to get it out. So maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm too weak. I'm pretty certain that comes out, but yeah, I think it's just in there tight and it probably is gonna require 2 hands. But it looks like that does come out, and then you have a spot for a trash can right here underneath it. So you have your little hole where the stuff can drop down straight into the trash can. Then we have 2 drawers underneath the sink. And as we go this way, another thing that we have in the Jayco North Point that not a lot of other fifth wheel RVs have is ice and water in the door of the freezer. So that is really nice. We have the strap here holding this closed. Let me mess with this, get this off. Okay, there we go. So we can open this up again, GE refrigerator and freezer. And you can see the space that you have in there. Pretty good amount of space to work with, and it does have obviously the ice maker, which is very convenient and nice to have. Got a little bit of a shallow pantry space here. It does have your doors right here on both sides. So you can see what those look like. And then we have, again, kind of shallow pantry space here. It does have an outlet in the pantry. See the space you're working with there. Got a shelf up above here, backlit in there. There's lighting everywhere in this fifth wheel RV. It's really, really nice, all the lighting. These do not open that I can see. Yeah, looks like those don't open, so it's just kind of like decorative. You have your touchscreen control panel for this fifth wheel RV that will also connect to your phone, so you can control everything on this fifth wheel from your phone. It also has voice commands on that system as well. Down underneath here, you got a spot to hang clothes there. And up here, some storage there. 3 air conditioners on this fifth wheel RV. You can see you have this one that is exposed. The other ones are going to be a whisper quiet air conditioner. Not that this one isn't quiet, but that one will be a little bit louder than the other 2, where this one has the AC actually up in the ceiling cavity or in the roof cavity, and you don't see it. So the returns there are these rectangles, and it goes up into that roof cavity there. One thing I did want to check and see is if these ACs have heat pumps on them. So let's see, the main air conditioner, if we hit power on that, it looks like, okay, it does have heat on that one there. So yeah, it does have a heat pump on the main air conditioner. Let's see if we go to the second AC. Second AC does not have a heat pump, which is going to be the one in this kitchen space, I believe. Third air conditioner does not have a heat pump either. So just the main AC is going to have a heat pump, meaning it's going to be an electric heat source for you. Coming down through this space, you have your central vac system. So you have a floor sweep right here. Really love having that. You can sweep all your dirt and dust on the floor into that central vac area, and it'll just suck it up in there. That is something I seriously wish my camper had. That would be so convenient. Spot to connect a central vac hose. You have your steps going up into the bathroom, and then we have a grab handle right here. And as we step into the bathroom, I will say this is probably the least, exciting part of this fifth wheel RV, but it's not that it's not exciting because the shower size especially is pretty substantial. But in terms of like bathrooms and fifth wheel RVs, this is pretty standard, pretty basic. You have a porcelain foot flush toilet, plastic toilet seat, not soft close on the toilet seat. You have a couple towel hooks right here. Nice big storage through this space. See all that there? And then we have a absolutely massive shower. Now, part of this bathroom feels a little small. The reason is they made this shower wider than any other shower you're gonna find in a fifth wheel RV. This is really, really nice if you want a big, wide shower. It's friendly for just about any size human, except for maybe if you're super tall. I'm standing at about 6'2", maybe 6'3" with my boots on right now, and you're probably good for about 6'5" in here before you're gonna feel a little condensed. Does have the skylight here, but the reason is that barreled ceiling, you kind of get close to, you get a lower ceiling height the closer to the sidewall you go. I also would have to duck to get under the shower head, but it does have a wand here that you can use. Has 2 body sprayers. And then if I just show you my feet, look at how much room there is to move around in this space. I mean, it is huge. I mean, there's a ton of space, and if you are too tall, you do have a bench that you can flip down and sit down on as well. So all in all, one of the biggest showers you're gonna find in terms of just the overall, square footage of the base of the shower. Then you have solid surface countertops here in the bathroom, a porcelain style sink there, nice looking faucet, backlit medicine cabinet, See your shelving in there. You have the bigger vent fan here in this bathroom. A lot of different fifth wheel RVs will have a smaller vent fan, even at the same price point. And then as we sit down, you're going to have a spot for your toilet paper. You do have individual shutoff valves on the water lines. That is really important and nice to have. And then we have 3 drawers here. Same thing, dovetail joints even in the bathroom and bedrooms here for all of your drawer construction, and soft close on those. Again, LED lighting everywhere, really nice. And then finally in here we have liquefied. This is a black tank treatment you can get for your RV at Blue Compass stores across the country, as well as Amazon and Walmart. This is going to make sure, whether it's in the pod formula, liquid formula, or tablet formula, which is what we have here, that everything that goes into your toilet breaks down properly, drains out properly, and keeps your RV smelling fresh and healthy. Last thing, we do have a nice pocket style door here. Has a magnet latch there to hold it shut, and great privacy with this. So you have a little bit of a crack here at the base, but up top and on the sides, really, really good privacy there. And it is a little difficult to open because of how strong that magnet is, which is nice. You don't want it to open up too easy, but that is something where you get really good privacy from that. Now, last height check here, as I walk in and out of the bathroom, I do have to duck to go in and out of this bathroom. I don't really notice it because I'm so used to doing this in RVs. It doesn't faze me, but I know for some other people it will. So that is something where if you are 6'2" or taller, you're gonna feel the need to duck going in and out of these doors, maybe even 6'1". I would say if you're 6'1" actually, because I'm 6'1" truly without my shoes on, and with my shoes on, I definitely start feeling the need to duck going in and out of here. I just kind of do it intuitively. But other than that, really nice looking bedroom, tons of floor space here because of how deep this slide out box is. This is a deeper slide out box than some fifth wheel RVs will have. King size bed in here, comes with the bedding and pillows. You have the individual reading lights up here, so no just like boring puck lights. You actually get the reading lights here that have 2 different light colors. So you have the blue soft light and that warmer light here. Blue soft light is nice, like if you're waking up in the morning and it's still dark and you don't want to blind yourself with light, or just late at night. Very nice to have that. Some bedside tables here, USB ports type A and type C. And as we turn around this way, you got your TV already installed in the bedroom. That looks like it's about a 32-inch screen TV. They also have a framed out area behind it, just giving it a little bit of a nicer look there. We have some hidden storage up underneath here. Try to get under there without messing up the their little, staging that they do here. Got your bigger drawers here. So 2 of those, outlets and power right here. Then we have washer dryer connections. That door opens first, then this one. There we go. So you can do a stackable washer and dryer in here. If not, you just have a ton of additional storage. Soft close on these, motion activated light when you open that door. And then we go to the closet. You have a really practical closet space with shelving here with lips, so it will hold kind of everything in place that you put in there while you're traveling down the road, as long as you're not like stacking things up. And you got your clothing rod, plus you have a hamper right there, and your drawers here for storage, a little bit more shallow drawer, and then a deeper drawer there. So very nice with that. Lots of room to walk around the bed on this side, not so much on that side. Still no heat vents in the floor in the bedroom. They come out of the sidewall there. And then it does have a little bit of a nicer mattress than what comes standard on some fifth wheel RVs. So you can see it's not too bad there. And flip this up, and you got storage down underneath the bed. It is a little shallow. It's not super deep. So it looks like there is some stuff that's underneath the bed, kind of underneath the base there, where you don't have access to that. But that is pretty much everything on the inside of this fifth wheel RV. Oh, security camera switch right here. There is a security camera right above the entry door when we walk in. But before we look at that, let me know what you think about this interior layout here. This is one of the most impressive fifth wheel RV layouts that I think I have seen. So I'm very curious if you agree or disagree, or what you like or don't like about this fifth wheel RV. Let me know down below in the comments. We're gonna go outside. I'm gonna have to talk over the speakers that are currently talking at this event, so I will do my best to not be screaming, but try to make sure you guys can hear me as we step out. There's the spot where you can install your security camera. You can see the LED light strip up underneath your awning. Nice big awning there. You have a strut assisted step right here. So that's gonna be weightless for you, making your life really easy, setting up camp, tearing down camp. You have the MORryde safety rail, second awning right here. Again, LED light strip on that as well. You have a Cooper H-rated tire with the MoRide CRE 3000 suspension system. Really nice black rims on there. And it does have this additional steel beam for added support on that running gear as well. Again, fully enclosed underbelly, 12-volt heat pads on all your water tanks, and it does have the spare tire up underneath there. Come along this side to the back. 400 watts of solar on the roof. It's gonna have this J-port area here, which is basically like a, kind of like a hitch slide-in area, kind of similar to that, but you have an accessory rack that can slide into here that will have things like a tabletop or a cooktop and stuff like that. You can see here it says J-port is to be used for outside griddles only. So that is designed for the outside griddle. And if this comes with the outside griddle, it's going to be the Halo 2-zone griddle cooktop that I actually saw from Jayco last year, which inspired me to buy one for myself for my camper, and I have loved it. Awesome looking rear cap here. Really cool chrome finish on these decals, and they stick out quite a bit. So that is a really bold look on that. 3,000-pound towing hitch here, brake and reverse lights. You got 400 watts of solar up on the roof, ladder to get up onto the roof as well. 50 amp power connection here, 2 slide outs on this wall. These are all through frame rack and pinion style slide outs. And then for your dump valves, looks like everything comes out to this one area. Your valves are also up underneath the underbelly. So this is a true 4 Seasons fifth wheel RV. Tankless water heater here. There's LED lights that will be underneath the frame there. You have a Nautilus water management system. You can see you have a motion activated light as well. Really thick baggage doors here. Slam latch on those as well, so no metal clips to deal with. And then you have your auto leveling controls right there. Plug for additional solar on the outside if you want. See, there's your pull valves for your black and gray tanks. And again, your 3-stage water filtration system. You have the Dexter tow assist. This is going to be for anti-lock braking, sway mitigation, and your towable odometer on that. Prep to add side cameras as well. And then a Schwintek slide on your bedroom slide, which is, again, that big, really deep slide in the bedroom. Beautiful looking front cap. Very curious your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Again, if you're looking for your next RV, there's a link down below in the comments and description where you can find a Blue Compass RV dealership close to home for you, as there's over 100 different stores in 33 different states. We're here and ready to help you out when you're ready to start looking, and that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, live firmly unbound.